So a while back, I spoke on the false prophets. Um, talked about this long time ago that this was gonna happen. And what is it? Uh, I think it's Matthew 7. But before we go there, I got two foundational scriptures for you. This is going to be called "Fall of the Whore" Part Two. Um, and and a part of um to understand what a whore is a whore is basically an adulterous woman who doesn't obey her husband, doesn't follow the lead of her husband. She is what we would call a whore. And then you have a strange woman. A strange woman is, basically what Jezebel was. Ahab was married to Jezebel. She was a strange woman. She followed idol worship and all these practices, that these pagan beliefs and stuff that have been here since Babylon. And so, what you got to understand is that a whore is a woman that is unfaithful to her husband, that does not uh, um, follow the head, or does not follow the headship, or listens to her husband in the principles that he has set. Because if, when you go read Paul in Ephesians, he talk about the head of every woman is man, and the head of man is Yahusha, and the head of Yahusha is Elohim, Yahuwah. And so that's what it means to do everything decently in order. I just gotta say this. I just can't understand. I mean, granted, the word says that in the last days that the Most High shall pour out His Spirit on our sons and our daughters, um, and our old men shall dream dreams. Everyone knows this scripture. But for the love of God, or for the love of Elohim, I just can't understand how um, it is that you know not to sound chauvinistic, or to say that man can't use a woman or anything like that, but a woman is supposed to have a head. The man is the head of the woman. The Most High does everything decently in order. The woman doesn't even have an inheritance in the scriptures, according to the scriptures. you know um when Eve, let me go read this for you. Let me grab my scriptures real quick, and we're gonna go back to this. uh let's go to Genesis 3, and we're gonna start at around 7 or 8, somewhere around there. um we're gonna start at let's see, we're gonna start at verse 13. And Yahuwah said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Which, the woman, the serpent did beguile her into fooling her man, into undermining his authority, undermining the covenant. And that's why she basically, what I'm saying, got one of the worstest punishments. And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. And Yahuwah Elohim said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. So, when Paul talks about we wrestle not against flesh and blood, this is it. These are the spirits that they eat at us every day, tempting us and causing us to fall. The serpent, if you want to call him an alien or whatever you want to call him, lost the ability of flight, and that's why you see whatever ability it had, it lost it. It was basically condemned to the ground, to the earth, basically, was kicked out of the heavens, and that's when you go back in Revelations and you read a third of the stars fell from heaven. This is what he was talking about because the Most High Yahweh declared the beginning from the end. So when the stars fell from the heaven, that was them, being condemned to the earth because at one time they had the ability to go to and fro. But when you go read in Job, he said to and fro throughout the earth, right? So, and he said, I will put enmity between thee and thy women, and thy woman, in between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. So you always see us, and I can go further into that, dealing with Jacob and Esau and Jacob. But unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband. So your husband is going to be head over you, and he shall rule over thee. So your desire, you were the Most High said that you're gonna serve him. But none of these women want to serve us as men because over here they've been given the power. You know what I mean? Even with the church, the church is feminized. They cater to these women because women, they don't think logically. They are indecisive and impulsive, and they do things off of impulse. A majority of the church makeup is of women. And you know, they give. Women give. Women have been given the position here, and they are able to give tithes. The statistics of marriage are very slim, and then when they do get married, majority of the time it ends up in divorce. But that's neither here nor there. All I'm saying is that you have to understand that this whore does not uh 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 apply the principles or the order that the Most High. There's an order in the earth. That's why when you go, the most High said in the end of the days that you shall see signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, right? So when I was growing up, I didn't never used to see the moon up in the sky with the sun. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, you know what I'm saying, the moon, you can go outside and see the moon clear as day in the sky with the sun up. And we all understand the allegorical and symbolic meaning of the sun and the moon, according to Jacob's dream when he said that the sun, the moon, and the stars are not Jacob, excuse me, Joseph or Yosef, when he said that the sun, the moon, and the stars shall bow before me, and his brothers became envious and jealous of him and sold him into slavery. And so, like I said, this horde does not, which is the church. That rode the beast is the church. We understand this because if the Most High, to me, when you say that we can keep Christmas, you're calling the Most High a lie to me. If you celebrating Christmas, I'm gonna just tell you, you dead wrong. If you giving any kind of inference or suggestion to it, you dead wrong. Because it is not a feast day that the Most High has commanded us as a people. But yet we got people who, despite the messages going forth, despite the shepherds and the prophets and the preachers and the teachers and things that's going forth, they still want to celebrate Christmas. Oh, it's going to be hard to tell my children that we're not going to be able to give them presents, and but you would rather lie to your child and tell them that a jolly fat white man is going to come down your chimney and give presents and eat cookies and milk. And if you don't do what's right, then he gonna leave you a cold. But you would rather lie to your child. And then your child grow up like, man, Santa ain't even real. But he gonna continue to keep your traditions because that's what you taught him. You see, and that's the whole thing of the remnant is coming out of the mindset that our forefathers and our mothers and our grandmothers and our grandfathers gave to us over here. This is why Joshua, let's go there. Let's go to Joshua real quick. This is why Joshua said this. Choose ye this day whom you shall serve. Excuse me. Joshua 24, 14, I think it is. Let me see. Okay, so it says, we're going to start at verse 13. And I have given, we're going to start at verse 12. And I have given you a land for which you did not labor, in cities which ye built not. And ye dwell in them of the vineyards and olive yards which ye planted, not do you eat. Now therefore fear Yahuwah and serve him in sincerity and in truth, not a lie. So we not gonna keep running around here telling our children it's Christmas and Thanksgiving and knowing and President's Day for a president that own people. You know what I'm saying? Not according to them being indebted to them because they borrowed and went in debt to them. No, because they were taken, but and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood. So on the other side of the waters, didn't we come through to here to the new Egypt? Which everybody professing that this is Egypt. It is. That's why they got the pyramid on the dollar. And in Egypt and serve ye Yahweh. So we are on the other side of the flood. The flood is what? The waters, right? When you cross the Atlantic, the waters is turbulent. And if it seem evil unto you to serve Yahweh, choose ye this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood. Now you could take that for the Red Sea. You could take that for the Jordan, and you could take it for the Atlantic, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. So we dwelling in that land right now. But as for me and my house, we shall serve Yahweh. So we're gonna serve Yahweh. And to serve Yahweh means to keep his commandments. That's why in John, let's go there. John 14:14. If ye shall ask anything in my name, if I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments. So if you love him, keep his commandments. What are his commandments? He said, you got to understand, have no God before me, have no graven images. Do not take the Most High Yah's name in vain, which is what we see going on now with Jakes in these churches and these so-called professed pastors of the Lord, that they're taking the Most High's name in vain when they say that they know him and they serve him, but they tell you you don't got to keep his commandments, you don't got to keep his laws and his statutes. And then the fourth one is to keep the Sabbath and keep it holy. The Sabbath is the statutes and the laws, the dietary laws, what you can eat and what you can't eat, the law of cleanliness. Uh, um, I mean, just different laws. We can go off and name all of them. So to keep the Sabbath is the laws, the feast that he has prepared for us, which is the feast of Sukkot, is when he was born. The Feast of Tabernacles. Hallelujah. Glory. Hallelujah. Whew. He wasn't born on Christmas. Nimrod was, which is the religion that they gave you, but he was not born on Christmas. He wasn't born in the cold. He was born in the major. It was in a time where a baby could be born and not die from freezing. So that's what Sukkot is about, the Feast of Tabernacles, where he came and he tabernacled with us. And we know that is during the time of September, late September, early October. You got the Feast of Pesach, which is Passover. You got the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the eating of unleavened bread from the day of the feast to the eighth day. Then you got uh, you got the Feast of Weeks. You got the Feast of Tabernacles. I mean, excuse me, the Feast of Trumpets. Um, then you got the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. So these are the feasts that the Most High commanded us, and to keep the Sabbath, which is Friday night into Saturday night. Every new moon is the Sabbath. So you have to understand these things. You can't, and then when people tell you, you just like you don't even hear it all. We under the new covenant. Is no such thing. The new covenant has to do with you. Has to do with you having a personal relationship with Yahweh and knowing what is required of you. Has nothing to do with you being able to do what you want and then come ask for forgiveness and pay your tithes and say that everything is fine. That's why Samuel said that obedience is better than sacrifice, because a lot of people think that they can buy their way into the kingdom and you can't. So this whore is the false prophet. And I'm finna read to you in Jeremiah, the false prophet. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 5 and 31. Excuse me. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? So now you're starting to see the end thereof coming about. How you gonna let this man because the scriptures tell us not to put on women's clothes, that a man is not supposed. Let me take you there. We're gonna come back to the Jeremiah. I might have to Google it, but I know it's in Leviticus. I think it's Leviticus 19 or something like that. Let me see. I'm gonna Google it. Now I want to take a slow time. Hold on just a second. Bear with me. Where it says that men are not supposed to wear women's clothes and women are not supposed to wear men's clothes in the Bible. So it's going to be Deuteronomy 22 and 5. So let's go there. And it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, and neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto Yahweh thy Elohim. And so you see, it is only I've been watching, I've been on the book, and I was looking at Wilding Out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And like, man, they was just openly, you know, they was just openly participating with that type of activity. You know what I mean? Like allowing that type of stuff to go on the show. And when you look when you look at majority of the because they call this place a melting pot, but you rarely see that type of activity in the Iranians, or in the Chinese, or in uh, other nations. You know what I mean? But when people come over here to Babylon, they start getting turned out. But you see it more predominantly in the African American community, and in the European community, especially. You see what I'm saying? So, uh, basically, these are the ones pushing and enforcing these things. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm just trying to show you that this is what the whore allows. The whore doesn't say anything. They accept it, openly accept these type of things. You know, uh so let's go back to so the woman is, you see, I just, man, I'm talking about, it be some women that be studs, man, they be fine. You hear me? I mean, it be more, and then it be so crazy because shoot, a lot of the stud women, they got fine women better than the men. You know what I'm saying? And these women be more faithful to them than they do to the men. I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining or nothing like that, but I'm just trying to show you what's going on over here. The woman ain't supposed to. What you need a zipper for? I was watching something today, and they was like, this dude was interviewing this girl and was asking if she liked him, and she was like, "Nah, I like girls or whatever." And so he took over to this girl to go kiss this other girl, and she kissed her and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then, uh, there was this one where this older woman was interviewing this woman. She was like her thing, the strap or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She go, out. But I'm just saying, like, what do you need pants with a zipper for? Why are all these women trying to, wear the pants? But that's the thing over here. It's upside down over here. But I'm not gonna really get into that. I'm gonna just keep going. But so let's go back to the men. They not supposed to be wearing high heels and putting on dress. That's why Hollywood does that. Hollywood, especially to the so-called African American. You can't even get nowhere in Hollywood if you're not willing to do that. You can't even get nowhere in the music industry if you're not willing to do that. So let's go back to basketball, football, all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's all controlled. And these is the very people that we look up to, and then they have our children going around thinking that that stuff is cool, and it's not. So let's go back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 14:14. Then Yahweh said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not. Who sent you? Neither have I commanded them. I just told y'all that. Need to speak unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught, and the deceit of their heart. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in the land, but sword and famine shall those prophets be consumed. That's what's coming. And the people to whom they profess shall be cast out in the streets of Jerusalem because of the famine and the sword, and they shall have none to bury them. So all y'all following them, that's what's gonna happen to you. The same you're gonna receive, you're gonna drink from the same cup. Them, their wives, nor their sons, nor their daughters, for I will pour their wickedness upon them. So all, man, the most high, he don't discriminate. I'm just giving it to you raw, the truth. Like old dirty B. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you like that. Baby, I like it. Woo! That'll be stop playing now. But I'm serious. I'm being real serious with you. I talked about this long time ago about the false prophets. Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, but have seen for three false burdens and cause of banishment. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads. Look, man, I bet you people is wagging their heads at Jakes right now. Like, man, look at you, boy. And don't even understand that it was all planned. Had the daughter of Jerusalem saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? Our people, disgraceful. All thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found. We have seen it. Let's go on. Let's read some more. Oh, that was Lamentations. Excuse me. That was Lamentations 2 and 14. But that's all I'm gonna give you on that. But man, yeah, like I said, no disrespect to anyone in the church. But the church is the false prophet. Christianity, you know what I'm saying? In whole is the false prophet. Christianity is not the bride. You know what I'm saying? He is not coming back for Christians, Christianity. He coming back for Israel. And what you see occurring right now is him putting the two branches together, the southern and the northern tribe. The northern 10 tribes and the southern 2 tribes are coming together, united up under one law, which is the covenant, which is Torah, which is Yahusha, Hamashiach. So this is what you see going on. And to be a whore, look, I'm gonna read something for you. Let's go to Proverbs 7. This is the whore right here. This the woman, that the adulterous woman, you know, um, that he talked about. Let's go to Proverbs, and then I'm gonna close out. Proverbs 7:7. And beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding, passing through the streets near her corner. And he went the way to her, in the twilight in the evening, the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. Ain't that a whore? In subtile of heart. Ain't that what she was in the garden? She is loud and stubborn, just like our women, loud, stubborn, don't want to listen to a man, want to try to make him feel inferior, call him little, him small. They want to try to belittle you and degrade you and make you feel inferior to them so they can continue to keep their foot on your neck because they got all the power. They get all the assistance. They got all the houses and all of that. Her foot, they got the jobs, everything. Her feet abide not in her house. Now is she without, now in the street, and lie and wait at every corner. All in the clubs, 2, 3 in the morning, all at the night spot with the anus hanging out, and then be mad when somebody look at her. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an imprudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore come I forth to meet the diligent, to seek thy face, and I have found thee. I have decked my bed with covering of tapestry, with covered work, with fine linen of Egypt. Hmm. Meaning that she living in the world in Egypt, how they live. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and canna. But it go deeper than that, because under the Torah, the man wasn't supposed to be nowhere close to the woman when she was on her flower or her ministration. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love for the good man, the man that's been taking care of her, that provided the house and place that she got and paying all the bills and doing everything for her. The good man is not at home. He gone. We see a lot of that today. He is gone on a long journey. What was he gone? He was gone to go see his other woman, because According to the Torah, you wasn't supposed to be any. I'm gonna take you there. I said I was gonna quit, but I'm gonna take you there. He have taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him, and gave him after her. And he goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter. Because if that man come home and catch you in his bed, he gonna probably knock you off as a food to the correction of the stocks. So this man was going on a long journey because according to the scriptures, anybody that touched this woman on her flower or anything would be considered unclean. I'm gonna take you there. So let's look at unclean. Let's go to, let me see. Hold on, bear with me. I'm just trying to give you the truth anyhow, you know, because a lot of us don't have a personal relationship with him. You know, that's what the old covenant was. You had to have somebody read for you, but Paul told you to work out your own soul salvation. So let's go to Leviticus 18:19. Oh shoot, hold on just a minute. Uh okay, hold on just a second. Bear with me, I'm about to close on this. Now you could take a woman from another nation, a strange woman, but she would have to cut off her hair and clip her nails in order for you to do that. It's a law to that too. So let's go to Leviticus 17, and this is the law of uncleanliness. For it is the life of all flesh, the blood of it is for the life until there. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh, for the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Wherefore eat if it shall be whoever shall eat of it shall be cut off. Hold on just a second. I'm about to close with this. Hold on. I think it's right here. Let's read this. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and shall not commit any of these abominations, neither any of your own nations, nor any strange that sojourn among you. For all these abominations have the men of the land done, which that ain't what I'm looking for. My bad. Hold on. Do not prostitute the daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. Ye shall keep my Sabbaths and reverence my sanctuary. I am Yahuwah. But hold on, that ain't what I was looking for. Hold on just a second. I wonder why I can't might be in numbers. I don't think it's in numbers. Let me see. Oh, here it go. It's in 15. Leviticus 15. We're gonna start at, we're gonna start at 17. Leviticus 15 and 17. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water, and be unclean until the evening. The woman also with whom the man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water, and be unclean until the evening. And if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, which is what was wrong with the woman with the issue of blood, who touched the fringes of Yahuwah, of Yahusha Hamashiach, excuse me, she shall be put apart 7 days, and so whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the evening. And everything that she lay upon in her separation shall be unclean, because that's what it's called. Everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And whosoever toucheth anything that she sits upon shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And if it be on her bed or anything thereon she sits, when he touches it, he shall be unclean until the evening. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be up on him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of the uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Every bed whereon she lieth, all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation, and whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean as the uncleanness of her separation. And whosoever touches those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. But if she be cleansed of the issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And so this is why in Proverbs 7, that man was going on a long journey. Let's go back there. Hold on. Let's go back to Proverbs 7, and then I'm going to close. I'm going over 30. I'm really going over time. I didn't plan to be on here this long because I know a lot of people got attention. Their attention span ain't long like mine. So, but in this instance, it's important for you to hear this. So 7, we're gonna go to 13. So when you read 13 down to uh to 17, this is what was going on. She was coming off of her flower, and so the man was gone from the house, but we been taught that you can lay up in the bed with her while she on her thing, and she can sloppy toppy and all of that stuff. This is what we've been taught, but that's a lie. So this was what was going on in chapter 7 of Proverbs, when the good man, was gone on a long journey. And he was good because he followed the law. He followed the statutes and the commandments. Shalom, peace and blessings.